how do we work on those cravings? And because culturally, we are brought up with that, right? And then as we move about the world, we want to take a piece of home with us. And like when I see Chubby in the grocery store, I'm like, oh, I'm not thinking about prediabetes. I'm not thinking about any of those things. I'm thinking about how good that tastes and how it feels. So how do we work around those cultural pulls that we have to think more consciously about our health and our sugar intake?
So I totally get that. So maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, I found a Caribbean spot here in Atlanta that makes the absolute best roti. So my routine was on Fridays when I'm off, like today, I would go for a hike at Stone Mountain and then make my way over and get some roti. So I was having roti every single week until I saw that my midsection was growing. And then I said, you know what, something has to change. So I didn't have any last week and I'm not going to have any today. So it all comes down to your decisions and what you want the most. I understand when I go into that restaurant and I hear soca playing and I hear Caribbean accents, when I come home and I eat that roti, I feel comforted, especially during this time of the pandemic where I'm away from family. It feels comforting. When we think about food, we think about gathering, right? We as Black people, as Caribbean people, when we think about food, we think about your aunt coming over, your grandmother, your cousins, and we all just eating our food. So I get that it's comforting. I get that it makes us feel more connected. But we really have to make some changes for our health. When it comes to those sugary drinks, I tell my patients just cut them out completely. I know it sounds really drastic, but I think I read in a study somewhere that if you were having like a can of soda every day, like a diet, like a Coke or something, and you cut it out, you could lose 15 pounds in a year. Let that sink in. A can of soda a day, if you eliminate that, you could lose 15 pounds in a year. Like Eva said, drinking those sugary drinks are literally like pouring sugar in your mouth. And if you have diabetes or prediabetes, it's going to worsen your condition. So we have to train our taste buds. Before I moved here, I never had whole wheat pasta. Then I said to myself, having the whole wheat pasta is going to introduce more fiber in the meals. So I started having it. And now I cannot eat normal pasta because my taste buds have been trained for brown rice. It's been trained for whole wheat pasta. So we have to start to make better decisions for ourselves. I'm not telling you that once in a while you can't have a chubby or once in a while you can't have some roti. You can treat yourself. That's allowed. You can treat yourself. If you go to a celebration or a gathering, have your roti, have your sweet bread or your dumplings, but something you should not be doing this every single day at our homes. And look at this. I have my water and I'm going to get through this water by the end of the day. And we need to start drinking more water. Stop drinking the soda. Have more water.
That's hard. But I will say this. I was a person who, I didn't grow up drinking water. But my kids, they grew up drinking water. Mainly because, I'm going to be honest, the cost of juice was dumb. And I was like, okay, you all are going through, and I used to dilute it with water just for the sugar aspect of it, right? But the cost was insane. But a gallon of purified water was 58 cents. So I said, gallon of juice, $4.95. Gallon of water, if it doesn't come from the tap, 58 cents. Water it is. When you got